Hey, been a while. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good, man. Last weekend was my birthday. Had a little bit of fun, and
Oh, we
then
missed your birthday. We missed your
yes, sir.
birthday.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man.
I'm not gloating for my birthday, so
Oh,
I'm not one
no,
of those.
yeah.
Yeah, man, turned 31. No, firmly in my 30s.
Actually, yeah, we're just waiting for Dash to get firmly into his 30s, and then
Yeah,
we can all be
and
old men
Yeah?
together.
and
That'd be
Is that
my
hilarious.
what it
my
is?
my sisters actually made me a birthday gift, Dave, and I have a small one.
Oh, you got the Speed
Yeah,
Champions?
yes, sir.
Oh, nice. We both have it. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
I have
And
another one that I'll be building soon, but that'll be a surprise.
ooh, okay. Oh, and yeah, I'll get myself a big one as well at some point.
Everyone needs a big one.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're all here. It is a lunchtime live, and all three of us are here. Which has this even happened before?
It
I don't.
hasn't. It hasn't in a while.
This is
Did,
insane.
did, did we have this like this season at all?
I don't
Yeah. We
at
had
the
a
beginning.
Thursday. Yeah, there
Oh,
was in an episode where we were all here. Regardless, this is crazy. It is a
yeah.
lunchtime live. It's noon for us here in North America at 6 o'clock for you guys in Europe, plus or minus an hour. So, guys, like and subscribe down in the description. You will see
Cheers
links.
to that.
Just as he drinks water. Down in the description is links to Discord, Instagram, X, Spotify. All of it's there. And we're streaming as well 2X at the same time. So if you're on X, it's at the Dive Sports. And if you're on YouTube, to get on X, it's at the Dive YT. So hook that all up. You have your pick. And if you want to stream to more platforms, I don't know, Twitch, Kick at sure. We'll look at it. They're different things. Not a Twitch Kick, but Twitch and Kick. And I'm sure there's others that I can't think of right now.
Yeah,
But that,
hey, Twitch has become a thing again. Like
that's it.
people, yeah, like a lot of live streamers go back to Twitch, and they still do YouTube, but Twitch pays them best, and if they have the possibility to have a big audience there, yeah, that's for them
Be
financially.
nice if they paid us.
Oh,
We get a few bucks. Twitch, I mean, we could definitely look at it. Regardless, we'll do a bit of everything. It did die for a while. I didn't think it was very big, other than in Europe. It seems so. This is the weird thing. In North America, people use Twitch for gaming. In Europe, they seem obviously gaming as well, but they use it for this kind of content. Whereas
for
North
everything.
America,
Yeah,
yeah, North America tends to stay on YouTube, but the Europeans are a little bit well, they are more liberal, I suppose. They like to play around with different
yeah.
platforms.
And now Kick is the platform if you want to do like live gambling and all of that.
Yeah,
That's
all that.
Do that racist shit.
Yeah, that's a little more edgy and maybe in the
yeah.
gray area.
Sounds, and it's funny. It's fitting for the name too, like Kick.
Yeah. It spurred off from people that were on Twitch, and that's why a lot of people left, is because they were changing away the monetization rules. It was a big kerfuffle, anyways. Over in the
Yep.
Twitch world, a bunch of people went over to the Kick side, and I mean everything's kind of settled down as it does. So here we are. But shall we maybe talk some Juve now that we waffled for a few minutes?
You have to carry me through it. Like I missed everything because I was completely
Where's
effed this whole
Skippy?
week.
Where's what?
Where's Skippy?
Oh, where's Skippy?
He's supposed to make
Yeah.
me eat my words.
Is he?
I don't know. I don't think he's
grudges.
online anymore because Juve fucking suck.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's another international break. Well, let's recap quickly just from the international break.
Dash doesn't forget he holds grudges, man.
Yeah, he does. He's.
I don't hold grudges. I'm just petty.
Oh
go
no,
away
you
from
no,
this and
you
end up
no,
drawing every
you
game.
absolutely hold grudges.
Yeah, you have to be petty to hold a grudge. So it's kind of one.
No,
of those.
I don't, because I just want to shout out Dusan Vlahovic for missing a one-on-one against Albania on the weekend. Because of that, we're qualifying for the next phase of the World Cup. So Dusan, your fuck ups are appreciated.
And you know who else is doing well that I'm happy about is Macedonia is doing well as my puppy is eating the dog food. So I'm sorry if
is
you hear.
Kosovo as well too.
And
Like Kosovo, like and Zergova's not even playing because he's not at 100%. They beat Sweden in Sweden.
Yeah, but dude, that Aslani guy is great.
Yeah,
Like he actually is a very, very good, talented dude. The German Federation is looking for talents like that since I don't know when. And he grew up in Germany, and he chose
stop
Kosovo
stealing other cultures, Dave.
because we were late to the party again.
No, you guys stop doing
Jesus.
stop being imperialistic in the football
Genuinely,
world.
can you imagine the team? Yildiz had the possibility to play for Germany. I believe Shegrova had the possibility to play for Germany. For that Aslani guy as well. Who did I? Can Uzun, who's playing for Frankfurt, he decided to play for Turkey. Bro, we're missing out on all the great talented players.
No, we're watching the resurgence of the Balkans in footy right now.
It is pretty insane. Slovakia, sitting there. Both 9. Germany and Slovakia.
Except for Greece,
Yep.
we don't claim Greece. They suck.
Yeah, they're not really. Yeah, they are, but they aren't. Greece in 3rd. They make themselves Europeans, like more like mainland European than they do Balkan in a sense. That I have that feeling. I don't know if I'm speaking out of my ass here about that, but that's just the feeling I kind of get.
Yep.
They act less Balkan and more just like standard European, if that makes any sense. But anyways, let's see where else. Poland. Yeah, they're not really Balkan either, but Bosnia, they're in a 2nd place.
Yeah, you know the shocker is how the hell is Norway just running a train and Italy is like in qualification hell right now, which I kind of find.
Well, they're not. Okay, I mean we have to talk about it because I mean Juve Italy kind of goes hand in hand here.
And I want to piss off Primo and Eddie at the same time too.
I actually had to do a small like uni homework on why Norway is that good and why they produce so much talent lately. It's pretty interesting. Like
growth
if we have
hormones.
time, we can go through this episode, or I do a sit and talk or whatever. But it's
I think we
actually
need
like,
an episode on that.
Because it's actually like very interesting.
Yeah, Dave, I want an episode on that. Whether it's sit and talk or we just like dedicate some sort of video. Yeah,
let's do it, man.
I think that'd be
because,
cool.
Yeah, because Norway, like from the youth on, is doing a very look. I mean, look at their goal difference. Like from the ground up, the children growing up, they don't force them into sports or don't force them into specific positions. They let the kids self-develop basically, because it's a country with a pretty low population. I believe 6 million, if I remember correctly. And they can't afford to push them into football and lose them if they lose out on football and then are stuck in that life. So they actually need the children to learn and to be good in school as well, which is why they are that dedicated workhorses, blue collar.
Well, Norway as a country is just an interesting study in and of itself.
Oh yeah.
But to say that like they're running, I mean they have a perfect record. The only loss Italy has, and that's with Spalletti. That's the game that Spalletti got fired, is when Norway beat Italy. They still need to play. So Italy and Moldova, that's the next game. You would expect Italy to win that.
Yep.
So let's assume they win that. Then they play, Italy and Norway play, and then, the head-to-head comes in. So let's say Italy plays Norway. Well, with that goal differential, is that how they're doing it?
Goal difference is first and then head-to-head.
Yeah. So at that point, the head-to-head would be equal anyways in the scenario. So I do not think, unless we beat Moldova like 15-0.
Yeah.
No,
you can't catch that up.
Are they doing head-to-head or is it just goal differential?
No, it's points first, then goal differential, and then head-to-head.
Oh yeah, Italy's fucked. they're gonna be playing.
No. Well, regardless, like for them to be in the position to claim first, the head-to-head would be equal. Essentially, it would have to go down to goal differential in this scenario.
Yeah, well, so there we go. Italy versus Macedonia part 2.
Yeah. The only thing I don't the
I'm
only
sorry.
thing I
I
don't
want
know
that to happen just for pure anarchy.
It may just happen.
that would be crazy.
I just
No,
want no offense to our Italian viewers, but I just want the symbolism of PTSD of you guys having to play North Macedonia again.
that would be crazy.
And
No,
you
but
know,
the
I
only thing I don't understand is how the actual playoff mode works. Like, who do you play? Like,
We don't know yet
do you
because it's
get a
supposed to be a
random
bracket
draw,
style again.
or how is it determined? Because so far, thankfully, like I never had to go into the playoffs with Germany, so I never like looked into the playoff format.
it's just
But
another
dude,
draw, is it not?
hey,
Privilege.
if we lose to Slovakia, we may have to, man.
German
We lost
Dave
to them
is
once already.
privileged. That is what we're saying.
Yeah, they are privileged.
Yeah.
But
No, we are happy. Northern Ireland, I believe, beat Slovakia in a game, which is why we were able to be level on points with them now.
yeah, and
but I
there's
mean, still though, outside of Italy being the only like caveat in the next phase qualification, but like Slovakia, Kosovo, Scotland, Ukraine, Albania, and some of these other countries, like actually, like it's actually fair game for the next qualification stage, because it seems pretty balanced between all the second place teams.
Oh yeah.
So like it's technically a shoo-in, which is why I'm hoping once Albania beats Andorra, they've essentially shored up second place. Had they beat Serbia at home, if Raymana converted that penalty, you know, that group's already locked in, and Albania and England are competing for first place, ironically. But again, I think, you know, with the second place teams currently, I think the second phase of World Cup qualifications is actually going to be pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie, if it was Albania versus Kosovo for a trip to the World Cup, that'd be freaking nuts for both of them. But again, I have my biases there. And again, I just like to watch the Italians rage. So I need to see Macedonia versus Italy part 2. I'm sorry,
Well,
Dave, but
I don't really. Okay, here's the thing. I want Macedonia to make it. There's the off chance that if Macedonia makes it and they play in Toronto, that I get to visit my buddy. That he comes down to Toronto. And
You're using that as an excuse to visit him instead of visiting him straight up. No.
Well, no, because I'm sorry, but this coming summer, I will not be visiting the Balkans. I will be going to Toronto for the World Cup. So and if he just shows up because his team's in the World Cup, is that not just a bonus?
Well, it's fine. I will visit the Balkans for you in 2 weeks.
You're going in a couple of weeks, so take some pictures.
I know. I'm going to be German for a couple of days, and then I'll go to the Balkans.
So since we're still in the Balkans and speaking about Europe and the qualifiers, let's use this as the bridge into the Juve world. And well, I mean, let's just throw this up. Juventus flop returns to Torino after 0 international minutes. He's not really the only one, Toon Coop Miners, that didn't play internationally. Most of our 13 players that went to the international break did. I mean, other than like Yildiz, who had a really good break. Other than that, I'm sorry, guys. Like, our players are not getting the minutes.
Suck. They suck.
They kind of do that. That is a yardstick. If they go to their national team, which in a lot of cases tends to be weaker. You know, if you're looking at, say, like a Turkey, sure, yeah, Yildiz gets a bunch of minutes, but Toon Koopminer's getting nothing for the Netherlands, for instance. Locatelli, okay, sure, they put Locatelli, Cambiasso on for Israel.
Yeah, but it's Israel. The only thing they're good at is hurting civilians. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Mamma mia.
I'm kidding.
Damn, Dash is getting us in trouble.
Yeah,
no, it's true, but
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things are true, but we won't focus on any of those.
No, we're not. I'm being petty. Move on.
He's being a dick. All right. Yeah, the 13 players, we can go over them quickly here. Yeah, friendlies, who cares? US and Canada, nobody paid attention to that. So Adjic in Montenegro, in Koopminers and at the Netherlands, Lois Apenda in Belgium didn't play a whole lot. France, you had Thuram. I think he got a few minutes. Zagrova again didn't get much because of injury. Chico didn't get much in Portugal. Dusan.
He got a lot. He just sucked.
Dusan.
He got a lot. Trust me, I saw. He got a lot. He just sucks.
Yeah, so I mean,
I don't
for the
know.
most part, our
Oh,
players
my
didn't get a
camera
lot
got
of minutes.
stuck.
The camera's stuck. Oh well.
Well, I mean,
Your
as
camera's
a Juve thing, like from a Juve perspective, I would be fine with it because your players didn't risk injury. Unfortunately, Bremer, I think Bremer is cooked again.
Well, he is. Yeah, he is cooked for
Yeah,
probably
meniscus
2
tear,
months.
dude.
Yeah, his meniscus is gone. So here we go. Getting ready into full Juve mode now. Bremer, fuck it. He's done. Again. See him in December?
I wouldn't even see him until January. There's no way they relaunch him, unless again,
They need to.
look. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys. Like this is again similar to last year. The only difference is because remember I had all those schnobs come at German Dave and myself. We had the best defense in Serie A. You want to know why? Because the team kept 60 to 70% possession. Guess what? This season, we're not keeping 60 to 70% possession. Look at our defense. It's buns. And the defense is practically the same thing as last year. The only difference is Tudor says full send and fuck it versus, again, this season where we're trying to be a little bit more, or Mato's season was, hey, let's keep the ball and be a little bit more conservative in how we play. So you have the same result. The only difference is you have a coach that doesn't know how to set proper starting lineups or substitutions because holistically, let's use. I'm gonna pick on Adzich because everyone was glazing him after the Inter goal. Great goal, fantastic. 1 goal of September. Congratulations. Consecutive turnovers that have led to goals, and again has no idea what the hell he's doing half the time. So it's like, why are we still riding this kid when he just had one nice power shot and that's really it? And then again, you mean to tell me? And again, I've been away for a month. I've been watching the games, but I've been away from the whole sphere for a month. You have Jonathan David, Conceição, you have Zergrova, you have Dusan, which again, he's still a player, and Yildiz. You have 5 really good offensive players, and you're telling me that we still struggle to create any shape or form of offense?
So we don't have a shape of offense.
Does this
But,
go
like,
back to the fact that we don't have much of a midfield? Because this is what we've been saying for years.
Formation, this goofy formation is to bypass your lack of midfield. Because Thuram and Locatelli, all their job is to do is to cover the back line and just lateral ball to the fullback or the wing backs. And let's add the wing backs, Cambiaso, Joe Mario. We have essentially 6 to 7 offensive players, and yet we can't get any offense in for some
The
reason.
creativity. We lack the creativity. This has been the same problem.
But here's the argument for that. You have skill players in those roles. It's not like, for example, Federico Chiesa, where he just lowers his head and runs into a fucking wall and still thinks he's on his redemption arc, even though I don't know if he even still gets minutes for Liverpool. Sorry, Marco. But again, I look at this and it's like Conceição is a dribbler. Zegrova, when healthy, he's a dribbler. Yildiz is a dribbler / creational player. Openda, same thing too. Jonathan David is one of the best off-the-ball facilitators in Europe. Yeah, he had some really blatantly bad misses that are Dusan level misses.
Which
sure.
we need to address that. He had those misses last year. They went away for some reason. Now they're back. I had warned people about David that he's basically a cheaper Dusan. But anyways, I digress.
Still, at least he's not getting paid 22 million gross to do that.
Yeah.
No, but the problem is you still have the 22 million guy on the roster and bought another striker, and that is missing as well. Which that was my point. Like if we had Jesus, like the amount of money that we have shared onto the strikers. I know we got him for free. I still think the deal is good. But to keep Vlahovic, thank you for the couple of goals you scored, brother. But still, that the money that is invested into that front line and not having, not buying, and I don't know, and another strike option that is maybe a bit cheaper. That I don't know, be creative in a way. and then you have something long term again, and then whatever you decide with Vlahovic to cut the contract or sell him for, I don't know, 5 million or whatever. But yeah,
I'm with you. I don't get it because, like, for example, you have Openda, David, and Dusan. Those are all three starters. Three starters. Makes no sense to me.
So Openda and David, they've clearly struggled. Is it because they're now playing in Italy and Italy is a
No.
different beast?
No,
I-
it's because Juve don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
I feel
offensively, the team has no direction.
I feel there's a little bit of that. Like, part of it's consistency too, right? So both of these guys, Openda, David, they're new to the team, and they're both kind of splitting those minutes along with Dusan. So Dusan's been here for a while. Dusan's gonna Dusan. The other two, I feel, because they're splitting these minutes, they haven't been given those consistent minutes to get into the groove and figure Italy out.
That is the one issue, is when you get a new player that's in from abroad, you need to put them in and you need to get them to acclimate consistently. Whereas Tinkledor, as I'm going to call him because he just likes to tinkle with the formations, has a different starter for every game, and there isn't a shred or a line of consistency, and there's a lot of mix and matches on player profiles that he puts on the field. With all due respect, I get that he's your Balkan buddy, but Dusan's out of a contract. At best, he's a super sub. You do not start him. It makes no sense for you to start him because you're robbing minutes away from players such as David and Openda that are your long-term pieces.
5 years, yeah.
Because Dusan, I saw something that he was apparently going to sign for Bayern Munich. Good fucking luck to Vincent Kompany in managing that. But again, why is he? I don't care if he's on form or no form. Like, dude, you have to look at it from the business where I have two players, whether I need to sell Openda or David after next season, depending on performances, you need to give them enough minutes for them to even like have decent resale value because, and we'll cover this later, financial fair play, because I wasn't surprised when I saw us getting investigated for it again, because look at what we moved again. And it was only a matter of time before it happened. So for me, it's like kind of what my prediction at the beginning of the year was. 4th place. Is the team on form for a 4th place finish? Probably. I don't know if anyone had any higher expectations because you're not getting it. The only consistency you're getting right now is consistent tinkering and consistent draws. To go from 3 wins in September or August and September to 5 back-to-back draws, that's atrocious form. And yet you don't see any pivots. You don't see any adjustments. You've effectively ran Brummer into the ground within 2 months. Again. Versus, hey, maybe if he's my centerpiece to my defense, I should probably play the team in a position that doesn't jeopardize my best center back. And guess what? He didn't. Hey, maybe I should play a wider formation that actually utilizes my skilled wingers better instead of having them in half spaces that can give them isolated one-on-ones that stretches the field better. I don't know, a 4-3-3, for example, because we still need a midfielder to help Thuram and Locatelli because there's plenty of instances. Max exposed the hell out of them when we played Milan because they got ran. And Milan should have won that game had Pulisic actually known how to take a penalty properly.
Yep.
So it's like I look at this and I look at the body of work that Tudor has given us. He's had a preseason now, so you guys can't argue and say, well, we never had a preseason. This is the same Tudor performances that I saw at the end of last season. Conservative, scared, and the game is way too big for him right now. That's it right now. That is my observation of what I've seen in this last
Hey, Dash,
month.
there's your friend in the chat.
So I've watched Platini, Ravelli, Vialli, Inzaghi, blah, 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 and countless others like Tevez and Higuain and Quinita. We have no good strikers. It's because we don't know how to play with them.
Look,
because you mean to tell me that we have whiffed on the last 4 to 5 strikers? I have a hard time buying that argument right now. Because there is no team in hell that has whiffed on 4 consecutive. In Inter somehow magically, they hit on Lukaku, they hit on Lautaro, they hit on Thuram.
No, it's not only because of the player, the strikers and the personnel they get. Who do they have behind that striker? Who can set that striker up? Number one, they have two strikers up front. So they interchange the whole time anyways. And then you have behind that still Çalhanoğlu, Zielinski, Barella, in whichever form it is. I believe even Mkhitaryan is still
Yes.
running around. The midfield is stacked. They have creativity from everywhere. They have it from the left and from the right with DiMarco and Dumfries. They have it from the midfield and they have like two strikers up front. That's where they get their creativity, and that's how they're able to set up their strikers. And we play. I don't get why coaches are still doing it these days, because it completely imbalances the team, and play two midfielders. You are so easy to bypass, especially if your wing backs don't work back, or one of them
Yep.
moves into the midfield or whatever. It doesn't work. João Mario, like we said, he's not a defensive wonder, right? So you have to plan him essentially as a right winger. Whoever's the right winger, move him a bit more centrally, and then you have on the left side Yildiz. He can hug the touchline, cut into the box, or whatever. But essentially, you'd have to move Conceição or Shigrova a bit more centrally and have João Mario up front, because that's how high up the pitch he plays. He is similar in style to Jeremy Frimpong, who's at Liverpool, who played at
Mhm.
Leverkusen. Like he likes that right wing and to be up front. But for that, you have to have players, I don't know, that can make it work, because nobody's working like in behind him. And I'm sorry, but Gatti, Kelly, Rugani, even Bremer, that's like, I love him, but in total, those pieces are not good enough to cover what you are missing on the right side.
No, they're not, because
And Cambiaso, I'm sorry, lost it completely defensively. He doesn't help either. So you're essentially stuck there with three center backs, with which Lloyd Kelly is the only one that has talent with his feet, which is crazy to say. Bremer, you don't want to
he's
destroy
out.
him, but congrats, you destroyed him
He-
anyways. And then Gatti, I'm sorry, but is a goofball on the ball, or is a goof on the ball.
He's just an
And
enforcer. He
and
is. He's a rage-baiting
and then
enforcer.
you're stuck with the midfield with Locatelli and Thuram. That is not good on the ball. I like we said in the Locatelli video, you can get away with having a player and a complete destroyer like that, but your other two midfielders need to be two great ball players to make up for that. That's the only way you can get away with that. And Thuram is a ball carrier. Like, what are they supposed to distribute, and to who?
So how about Moretti when he comes back? Does he have the ability?
Tudor's not going to play him.
That,
He's
that
not.
might be true. Actually.
He's not going to turn the team over. Like a midfield of Miretti and Locatelli doesn't work either, because then
You can't.
you give up physicality. You can't play
You
Miretti only in a
you
three-man
have.
midfield.
Yeah, it's as German Dave was saying. The only way you fix this is by switching to a mid three. You
So
have the creative outlet with two enforcers or two covering paces on it, because that removes, like, it's, for example, with me, when I've come back from my Achilles injury and I'm playing again. For me to actually do what I can do, I need to have at least 1 to 2 midfielders that can cover the space, because I haven't gotten my mobility back and my physicality. So I have two defensive midfielders that can do really good lateral passes and have the vision to find me in space, so I could facilitate the ball forward. That is how you treat Moretti, essentially, is you would have Moretti in the center, Locatelli and Thuram flanking him to cover the defensive gaps, and also to cover any kind of half spaces or remove all defensive liability from Moretti. Because Locatelli, everyone's glazing him about it. He is the best 2-foot passer in the game in Italy right now, based off of statistics. So Locatelli is able to recycle and send possession to Moretti, where then Moretti can do a Dybala-esque role back in 2015 and 2016. Because that's what you need. Because unless Koopmeiners matures into that role, you would give Moretti a shot. I don't think Adzic could do it. Maybe Zidogrova could possibly do it. But at the same time, you have pacey wingers or dribbling wingers. Shift them wide, get them isolated one-on-one with the fullback, which causes the center back to crash, which then opens a space for your strikers to tap the ball in. That is where the game is going right now. None of this full send, press this, do this that Tudor is doing, because we are getting carved up like Swiss cheese. Teams aren't scoring, but we're still getting carved up. Milan didn't even break a sweat against us. They were fine with a draw regardless, and they could have won that game. And I'm looking at some of these other games as well, like with Villarreal. How the hell do we concede at the last minute like that?
Oh, we did that all last season. That's just a trend with this team.
Honestly, that was a bad set piece and miscommunication still, I think. But what my issue was that first goal and how easily they ran through our midfield. It was one long pass, like in between the lines, and nobody was there and able to recover that. That's why I say a two-man midfield is so imbalanced. You can't get away in football these days. You just can't. It's so easy to bypass. It's just like a couple of passing combinations and you're through. That's why Manchester United gets fucked up, man. Like for the last 1.5 seasons. They play Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Okay, one of them is a passer, and the other one is
the slowest guys in the league.
and the other one is, like you're saying, the slowest and kicks other guys' ankles because he can't keep up with that pace. And Ugarte is the same and younger, which is crazy. But Casemiro was at least good on the ball. It doesn't work in modern football, man. Like how do you, going back to like football 101, how do you get wingers isolated?
Stretch them out wide.
You stretch them out with the wingers that have the talent to do that, but you have to have midfielders or players centrally that occupy the midfield so that you have a couple of defenders accommodated and that have to think about the midfield and that have to cover centrally. So you have, like, imagine it's a four-man back line. You have two center backs that care about the midfield, and then you have essentially the full backs that have to concentrate on the wingers. That's how you get them isolated. You have to overload the midfield and to congest the field overall, and then you have your wingers out wide and can distribute the ball.
So there are reports. We'll see if it happens. 3-5-2 for this weekend.
No. When
That-
how he's here for how long now? A full year?
And he hasn't changed anything. He has played the 3-5-2 a couple of times.
He has, but you can't.
No, but even then, you can play Shegrova as wingback. Yildiz as second striker works, but what do you do with the other pieces?
Well,
This
that's
team,
just
I'm
it, right?
sorry, but this team needs a 4-3-3 or for the hipsters 4-2-3-1. This is what the team needs.
They need something like that. Now, of course, the four-man back line, you're running into a fullback situation in terms of depth. So you have Cambiasso, Kalulu can do it, but do you need Kalulu in the back line because of the injury situation that's developing as well?
Genuinely, Cambiaso left side, centrally Kelly and Gatti, because they or Rugani, sorry, Kelly Rugani would be my opinion, and then you play Kalulu or Gatti on the right. Like do still the three center backs because they can focus defensively. You have Cambiaso on the left side that can go up a bit. And if you need to chase the goal or a bit more something offensively, then you put on, I don't know, Kalulu or João Mario. And then, yeah, you play
But
around with midfield. But you
that's the
can't
thing, though,
use
right?
Chegrova or whoever as a wingback. Like
No, you can't.
completely rob him of his, like, he's not a defensive player.
But you
And
can't.
if you
You also can't play 3 competitions with 2.5 fullbacks.
no, I get
So,
that, but
so you see,
but
that there's a weakness in our lineup right now.
absolutely, yeah. But there
There's a weakness in the technical area. That's the real issue.
Well, yes, of course, but in terms of implementing different formations, and
Yeah.
guys, you can go back. We did a show on this at the beginning of the season, just on formations and
Yeah.
kind of the pros and cons with this team with each formation. Unfortunately, nothing is really perfect right now, but there's certainly better options that we can employ.
No, but I still think we have enough pieces for a four-man backline. Like you have on the right, like I said, Kalulu or Joao Mario that you can use. You have still 3 fit center backs in Gatti, Kelly, Rugani that you can play. And on the left, still Cambiaso. Like Cambiaso would be, if he gets injured, that's worst case then.
Then you're kind of screwed.
Because
Yeah.
because he's your only guy that can play left back right now.
I think we need to look at it from the perspective of, like, for example, what is one thing that I've seen that
like who
what
plays
is one
Rui?
thing that this team's done that's good is counterattack. So what, if anything, again, we've seen quick 1, 2, 3 pass goals, which again, I like that. That's great stuff. What I think we need to really start focusing in on is we need to focus on a formation that we have to sit down, soak up pressure, and then attack and transition.
But
Like
you
that
can't
is
attack.
what.
How are you going to attack 100% of the time if you soak up pressure?
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, you soak up pressure and you pick your chances and you go for it.
Yes, that's a
what
standard counterattack. That's what a team like this, the way our team is built, should probably be playing. I mean, it's cool.
That is what Milan is doing right now, and it is working.
Of course, because it's Max.
Yeah, they took Napoli down because of it.
But that's just a standard, especially in the Italian league. Like that's quintessential Italian in the past few years. Like
That
you
is
look at
what
Conte.
we need to do, ironically.
It is. Yeah, I agree. I don't care. And this is the problem with the whole hipster ball. Like Monta was supposed to give us hipster ball. He failed. We got in Tudor, and we got more somehow of a hipster ball with this just attack, just like keep on going forward.
It's
I mean,
not
cool.
attacking, it's just pressing. That's what it is.
It's pressing without the final ball. Yes. I mean, call it what you will. But like I feel we're actually getting the most hipster ball that we have in the past 4 coaches.
Honestly, it seems like a repeated cycle. It seems like it's like last season seemed like 2019 all over again, and this season seems like the Pirlo season all over again.
Yeah, it's just rinse and repeat. It's that we're getting the same results.
We're going to probably get a hyper defensive Italian coach next season when Tudor quits, because he's going to. He's not going to stay the whole season. He's going to rage quit, then quit like a baby. And then it's like, what next? We get Ivan Juric?
No. Palladino. I mean, who else?
I mean, I would love to have gotten him.
No, I would. I said I didn't say Palladino just because he's the new young like coach on the block. He's an actual like pragmatic coach that can stabilize your defense, that can play multiple lineups, that is not married to a singular like philosophy. Like depending on the pieces, he's setting up the team. Because dude, at the club like Monster, you can't get away with, oh damn, I want this player, I want that player. They buy whatever they can. They live off of market opportunities, man. That's how he made his name. And then how he performed at Fiorentina, where he had a bit more freedom. But
yeah, well, I mean, he made Fiorentina better than what they were.
Yeah.
And then again,
but
one of the main architects in the resurgence of Moise Kean, mind you, by the way, for folks, again, that Juve don't have great strikers. No, we just suck, because how does Moise Kean go from dog water to essentially almost winning the scoring title last season?
Yeah. And I generally, whether we like him or not, I generally think like if Vlahovic moves on, that wherever he goes, like he will score. He will score, man.
Yeah, he probably will. He'll do all right. I mean, he's not. We know he's not a horrible striker. It's just he's
absolutely not
bad for how much he costs. Relatively speaking, he's bad.
Yes.
He'll sign like a $7-8 million season contract somewhere, and then he'll score like 15-20 goals, and then everyone's going to start. But I just think at this point, like, I really think we just don't know how to manage strikers. Like, I seriously don't.
But it's so easy, Dash. We haven't had a 10 since Dybala.
We haven't had a 5 since Pjanic.
Like we have nothing since Dybala left that could even like give you somewhat of I don't know, of creativity. Like
No,
how
I
are we
agree with
how
you.
how are we supposed to set up a striker with literally no passing vision?
Well, the
And
irony of it, and the irony of it is
And
Yildiz.
Dash also, you know it best. Like if you don't have the player that sets you up, you like the more time goes on, you forget like the lanes and the gaps you run into because the ball never gets played there.
Yeah,
You run into wrong places. Like you lose your sharpness if you don't get like a creative player that basically directs you where where he will play the ball next, because you see the movement, he will run to the left, so you know as a striker that you run maybe towards the other side because he plays you on the right foot, and blah blah blah,
well, this
all of
goes
that.
back to the whole formation and why you keep on using Yildiz, who you want to make a 10 and is touted as this 10, and he keeps on playing out wide. I mean that's just more kind of to the insanity of what we're doing. Like we
well,
have
and again,
options to make this happen.
you're going to stifle Yildiz's growth if he continues on this trajectory, in my opinion. I think if you want to be super pragmatic, 4-4-2, and you put Yildiz behind the 2, and you let it go at that point, you let it run.
Well, I'm sorry, but we will sell him anyways next season.
Oh,
So.
I understand. I agree with you. I think if he pops off this season, I think he's on the first plane to Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Oh,
next
he
summer.
he already
he kinda-
he already popped off. Like everybody's talking about
Yeah.
him. Like this is his actual breakout
This-
season. He's scoring for us. He's scoring for Turkey. In the World Cup, he will do
Have you
like
not seen the
they
glazing this
qualify,
past week?
but
Like,
No, I
not
know.
only
No,
this
no,
week.
no, I know.
No, it's the whole season and since the World Cup qualifier started.
Like I
Like
just find it
everybody's glazing him. They are doing like summaries of his and other Güller's goals. They're already like comparing him like on ESPN and whatever. Like everybody's talking about him.
no, and it's funny because it's like I was, oh yeah, he's a Juve for lifer, and they're gonna give him this. I'm like, we can barely afford to give him 6 to 6.5 million
Bro,
of a
you
contract.
think we say no if Arsenal next summer arrive with 100 million offer?
No, you think Barcelona, or if Barcelona comes over with 150 of child sweatshop money and Spotify Camp Nou money, you think Juve's going to turn it down? Fuck no.
Oh.
Elkin's going to lick his chops and say, "Well, there we go. I just made all the Hamilton money back."
I mean, Ferrari's a whole other conversation today that I don't think we have time for.
I understand, but no. Again, I look at it. Again, I'm just looking at it from that perspective where it's like, I'm telling folks and I'm warning folks, don't get married to Yildiz, man. Like he's here maybe for 2 seasons tops, best case scenario. That guy's not staying and finishing his career here.
Well, if Primo was here, he would say don't get attached to anybody because the way these clubs are run, it is just to
I'm
keep on
attached to
turning
Primo.
over.
No, but he's right. Don't get married to players, especially young players. I know Skippy, but
He has a contract, but that value is going to be the reason why they sell him is because of that contract.
But it doesn't mean anything these days. It's
doesn't.
depending on the
Yeah.
timing when you have your breakout.
What the hell's a contract? I mean, who cares?
You want to know how that gets nulled easily? Yildiz will say, "I want to leave. I am putting in a transfer request.
Well, here's the
Either
thing.
you sell me or I don't play for you."
Here's the thing. He's already completely underpaid, which is fine. I mean, he had sort of an entry contract that was given to him. It was like 1.6 million in that range. They're looking to renegotiate that contract. So the fact that he has this current contract till 2029, that doesn't matter because they're looking to renew that contract. This is why contracts mean nothing. They can be extended, altered, deleted, whatever. It's a piece of paper that can be ripped up. So right now, Juve is offering 5.5 million, and they've even thrown in the captain's armband because apparently that's
Meaningless
worth
now.
money. And he's looking for 6. And we've been stalled up on $500,000 for this guy. Who's still that's still only going to put him in like the top 5 earners.
No, the only thing the 2029 or the duration until 2029 helps you with is the amount of money you can get, because it's not running out in the next one or 2 years. Like that gives you a bit of cover where you can, instead of let's say he had a contract that runs out at 2027, so we are 1.5 years away from that. So imagine you get the 75 million euro offer this summer and you take that, and the 2029 thing like helps you maybe get those additional 2025. Like that's it helps
That's it.
you
It's a
with the
summer
total amount, but it won't like distract from clubs buying him.
No, it's
But
selling value.
Alexander Isak had a contract until 2030, I believe. Or was it as well 29 at Newcastle? Liverpool said, "All right, you're 125 million euros. Thank you," and
Yeah,
just took him.
and that's
And
again.
he went on strike. Like as a team, Louis, you have literally like no power against the money, because you can't say no in today's football where you have financial fair play and you have to be mindful of that. You will always take the money. You always take the money.
Skippy,
Again,
does he
like-
want to stay? I mean, I'm sure he would want to stay if he got paid the right amount of money, but he'll
Yeah,
also
but
take
what
a
happens
lot
if-
more money somewhere
Again,
else.
what if Real Madrid offers you, comes in here and your yield is in Real Madrid says, "Hey,
I guarantee you. Look, we are negotiating for 5.5 million. Okay, he wants 6, according to the rumors. Do you really think that Arsenal will not, because Arsenal is the heaviest rumor so far, will not arrive in the next summer and give him 11 to 12 immediately?
Even
Just
well,
like
they
that.
don't even need to
That
give him that
double it.
much. I mean, if
Yeah,
you make,
I know, but they if they need to, they will double that up like in a heartbeat, and
I'm
that's
sure
it.
Yildiz, you give him
He's
10,
gone.
he's going.
Yeah.
well,"
He
and then
knows he's
again,
in
right?
Juve, he knows. He's
You're going to a perennial contender. Like for example, right now, and I hate saying this, and this is going to piss people off, but Juve have become the daycare center for rising stars in a sense. Where like Juve, all they can do is hopefully groom and grow world class players to sell because we don't have the foundation to compete or do anything else. We've become like, for example, Udinese with Alexis Sanchez and a bunch of other players, like Udinese in the late 2000s, early 2010s, where they would find those like really nice players and they would help them, get to fourth place or something like that, and then they get sold to Barcelona or we've effectively become what mid-table teams in Italy have been for almost 20 years. Unfortunately, I hate saying this, but it's true because you don't have a foundation to compete for the title. You don't have a foundation to compete consistently in Europe. You have no consistency. Maybe in 5 or 10 years, but like by that time, you've already effectively used Yildiz's prime. So in theory, I don't see this team going anywhere in 5 years. So I would sell Yildiz to help kickstart your rebuild that this team keeps kicking down the can. If Zergrova or David or any of these guys pop off, you sell them. You don't have a foundation for long-term sustainability.
No.
You don't.
well, you keep on selling them off.
That's why we wanted a young coach, use the next gen, buy cheap young players, develop them slowly, but yeah, again,
If 6 years ago,
didn't.
when we were rebuilding, if we rebuilt, like actually rebuilt, then this year we would be winning and be talking differently. But we keep on
'Cause,
shooting
like,
ourselves in the dick.
think about it, right?
Inter is not a selling club, but they compete all the time. Napoli right now is not a selling club because they compete all the time.
Give
Yeah,
Milan 10 years ago,
Milan had their FFP issues. Roma has. We are with them with those clubs now. We are with Milan, with Roma, with Atalanta. That even Atalanta, to be honest, like
Atalanta are ahead of us.
they don't need to sell, but they like to rinse us.
Atalanta are
But they
well
don't.
ahead of us because from a
Yeah.
business structure and from what
Yeah.
they're doing, they're ahead of us. They have
No,
a
but
structure, they have an organization of how they're going to do things.
Yeah.
I think again, they just have to see if Juric is the right guy for it. Roma, I think Roma and Milan in 2 or 3 years will be in better condition than we are.
Yeah.
Because if I look at Iglitare with what he's done with Lazio with the limited budget that he had at Lazio, he's going to do stuff with Milan. He had Lazio contending with prime Ronaldo Juve for a couple of seasons. So Iglitare is no joke as a sporting director. And again, depending on what Milan lets him do and with the budget that, even with the team that he was able to build haphazardly in the summer, he was able to
No,
do
but-
with what he has with Milan's roster.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can see that being long term.
Yeah.
You want to say Inter's a retirement home? Great. There's so
No,
much
it's
in debt,
but
yet they still
it's not
find
right.
ways to move forward. They
Yeah,
are
but
getting players on free transfers.
Yeah.
They're moving players when they need to. They
They
fleece
buy
Man United
cheap.
for Onana.
They buy cheap players for 15 to 20 million, like all the time, and combine that with free agents, and they're able to retool. That Pio Esposito striker, what is he,
Yes.
22, 23 years old? Dude, clubs are looking at him as the next big thing. But do you think like Inter's playing for stuff? Do you think he would immediately leave Inter? Like none of their players like or barely like request to get sold or whatever. Like
No.
their players are there for the long run, and they know that, and they treat their players good. Like if you're not Cuadrado. No, I know, but you see, they develop them, they give them the time, and now he's their next young. That's why they let Taremi go, because they have Esposito there to play there, and that's why they let Arnautovic go, because they had him sitting there. I forgot where he was, where he played on loan. Was it Spezia or something like that? He returned, and now he's scoring in Serie A, man. But yeah, like if you're a team that constantly fights for the Scudetto and for Champions Leagues, like you don't need to sell necessarily. We are in this situation because we are constantly mid. We are fighting for Champions League qualification, and we don't do anything meaningful with that would be attractive for players to come here.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that the atmosphere at Inter as a club is different than it is with us.
I think, though, you can say if Real Madrid comes offering any significant amount of money to any player, they're gonna go to Real Madrid, and unless they're like some hardcore Barca purge, or like they have something in their heart of hearts that like if say they're Jeff and they just absolutely hate Real Madrid, maybe they might not go. But I would, yeah. I mean, basically, 99% of the players that are eligible to play for Real Madrid will drop their old club, their current club, like a shitty girlfriend, and run off until the new hot blonde, which is Real Madrid. They're gonna do it, and they're gonna get paid handsomely to do it. So I don't give a fuck. As Posito Yildiz, it doesn't fucking matter. If it's Real Madrid, you're going.
Yeah, no, Real is like the apex predator of like in world football. Like whatever, if they snap a finger, you're going there. No, but what I wanted to say, I generally think that the players at Inter, or the way the club is run, like it's a combination of everything, they want to stay and play there and fight for the team. Their players are douchebags for us, but it fits the identity. They fight for the team. They fight for each other. The players they have are players that actually like fight for their team to win, and they actually win stuff. And our team, I'm sorry, but is like full of mercenaries and semi-talented players.
All right, let's focus on to some other things that we need to touch on today. And then we will end off with the Como pregame. So, Vincenzo, we'll talk about that a little bit shortly. Let's get rid of some of this boring stuff that's kind of important. Well, it is. It's our new board of directors. Big changes essentially here. So I'll bring up a couple things. So Scandavino, first and foremost, and I mean, everyone's asking, like, who is Scandavino? What did he even do? He was our CEO. But I mean, good question. What did he do? I'm not entirely sure. Nobody's entirely sure what he did. He was kind of a figurehead. But he is gone. He is officially stepped down. He didn't get fired or anything. Like, he left the post and made way for none other than Damian Camoli. So Jeff had asked, I believe, right here. Yeah, guys, do you have any faith in Camoli?
Have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's kind of, we do just have to kind of wait, don't we?
We have to right now.
So, cautious optimism as always.
Yep.
He's been decent, but he has only been here for a few months, and now all of a sudden he's the CEO. There's stuff going on in the background that really we don't know, and I don't have a business degree. I'm not a corporate dude. That being said, tomorrow I am recording a video with Sal to go over the financial report, which is kind of covers this. This is all part of it in terms of the C-suite, right? The CEO, the CFO, all these guys. We'll talk about that more in that episode because that's going to be more of a deep dive. But it's essentially, I mean, he's the king. That's why the thumbnail, King Kamoli, like he's the king of this club right now.
Yep.
And whether you like it or not, he's making the shots.
Yep. The one positive that comes to mind that I would like focus on is that it's at least a football person now at the helm of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that will
point.
like hopefully like turn the football side of it around. Like the financials, the merch, the internet stuff and all of that, like they have people for that anyway, so that would take care of itself. Because like out there Juventus is still an institution, like in terms of income and merch sales and whatever, so that would figure out itself. The sporting thing needs a soul, and I hope that he's the right guy to lead it.
I mean, he does have that sporting aspect. Yes, he is kind of a numbers guy, but he's not a purely numbers guy. Maybe that blend is exactly what we need. Maybe he is perfect for the job because of that. But again, we will have to wait and see. But he doesn't do it all by himself. I mean, just being the CEO, you need your deputies. So here, I'll bring up this document. It looks like this is from Sal. It looks like he just did a screenshot on his computer. So I know it's kind of hard to read, so I will just kind of quickly read it for you. It's talking about the shareholders meeting, which is going to happen on the 7th of November. I'm not going to list them all off because you don't know who these people are, but there's 9 names that are being brought forward as candidates to become part of the board of directors. So if you want that file, it's actually in our Discord. So again, down in the description, get the link to our Discord. You can get that file. So I'm going to bring this up. Heather. Heather, no Tether. So one of our shareholders now, 10+%, the crypto company. Heather appoints Dr. Francesco Gardino as the first candidate and Zachary Leon's deputy chief investment officer as the second candidate. So Tether as well. These names weren't on that previous document. So Tether is putting in these 2 names for the board of directors. They're trying to get a say, essentially. Have a seat at the table.
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to invest that kind of money in the club, then sure. I mean, you have the right to go for it.
So I like German clubs because they actually have people like the fan base invest in it, and they actually get a proper say with it instead of Mr. John Escotti Elkin over here.
That's why the finances at German clubs are that good, because we don't do stupid shit.
Like by Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, you're still talking about Lewis?
I had to throw that joke.
All right. And wow, that got taken down apparently. No, okay, here we go. Giorgio Chiellini not going to the board of directors, as was initially kind of reported a couple weeks ago.
It's more time.
Yeah, I would think so, because being on the board of directors is a very senior. You've been doing the business thing for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
However,
still.
So he will be taking Francesco Calvo's post. So another one of the old guard that has stepped aside here as the federal counselor. Basically the dude that deals with UEFA and all the other regulators.
So the Nedved role.
Yeah. No, but I generally think that Chiellini is good for that role because he's very well spoken and he's very good connected in international
diplomatic
football.
and
So
doesn't snort cocaine with chicks.
That helps.
So
Yeah.
so I hope he helps us in not getting 15 points deducted again.
Yes, which brings me to another point.
Look at
What
you
a segue,
transitioning.
right?
Look
What
at
a
you
segue.
transitioning.
The FFP breach. So this is something we can look at a little bit more as well when I'm with Sal, looking at the numbers. However, okay, so AJC as well. I'll give him a shout out. A lot of you guys know who AJC is. He's been on a rant about this shit the past few days. So I mean, if you just want to listen to Buddy rant, definitely check out AJC because he's very upset. And he does make a good point. We were unable to kind of make these financial maneuvers to build enough money, stability, because we got fucked previously with all these sanctions. Now, this is for like the 22, 23, 24, 25, the past 3 years. So financial fair play, it takes a 3-year cycle. And within that 3-year cycle, we were already sanctioned and punished by UEFA. And now we're getting sanctioned again.
Yeah, no, well, it was different. So here's the thing, right? So they did it differently in terms of player valuations because this is strategic by UEFA. It's kind of a double whammy. They're like, hey, we're going to punish you for the player valuations, but we're also not going to take out the factor that you guys still have to make FFP, which I've been making that argument. FFP has always been a wash because now you can't invest money into clubs that need capital injections for them to move forward, but whatever, because financial fair play is effectively how England have absolutely dominated the football landscape for the last 10 years.
You know what would help our numbers? Not buying Koopmeiners for 59 million and giving him 5+ million per season.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
sure, that would help.
Douglas Luiz.
There's a lot of examples. Dusan
Vlahovic for 90 million.
The list will go on.
So let's
purchase of Nico Gonzalez.
We created the problem ourselves.
Oh yeah, we absolutely did.
I don't get the whole renting thing. Like if you, I don't know, if you leave the club like this way and do those dumb transfers, yeah, you have to pay in the future. I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
So here's where this will maybe fill in the picture a little bit more with how Alberto from AJC was kind of ranting, because a little bit earlier, maybe it was last week now, basically Napoli not getting really investigated. And it's been brought up for years, like the whole Osimhen deal and how sketchy that was. And that has to do with player valuations. So Napoli, once again, just getting completely looked over for the situation. While in the same breath, this comes down on Juve once again.
Here's why. Napoli is a private entity, a private organization. Juve is publicly traded. Because you are publicly traded, you have a higher paper trail and easy for shit to get found. Whereas if you are
also, you have to open everything. It's not just like you have to open up everything. That's
Napoli does not have to. Everybody steals. Some people steal better. That's what this whole thing is.
I mean, that's a good way.
But seriously, like I'm irritated. I'm irritated with like Juve people like sitting there like playing the victim card and shit like that. No, you just suck at manipulating the system. That's what it is. There's no, oh man, everyone's picking on us. Guess what? Inter privately traded, Milan privately traded, Napoli privately traded, Lazio, Roma, all of them are private entities. Guess who's public and on the market? Juve, because guess what? That was Agnelli's fantastic idea.
Yeah, not a fan of a sports team being publicly traded. Now this actually, I almost missed it. Good thing I scrolled. Heather, now that so this yesterday, 22 hours ago, reported 11.5% of the club they own. So that is maybe one of the positives with going public, is that you can kind of have something like this, maybe a hostile takeover where potentially somebody can come in and say, you guys are screwed, I'm taking over, I'm fixing things. Of course, they can make things worse, but it's a possibility. That's one of the nuances.
You're better off. Like, for example, this is,
Best case dream scenario: Tether buys majority shares of the club and takes the club private.
And that could also happen.
That would be the best thing you would do.
Yep.
Assuming Tether is the proper owner for this club.
Regardless of the point, right? They could do that and then resell it and whatever. You need to get Exor needs to grow a pair of balls and take Juve private, but they won't because they would have to pay out all of Tether's shares.
Yeah.
And they're broke and they don't want to spend that kind of money. But again, that was one of the most stupidest decisions, and that opens you up to all kinds of scrutiny and shenanigans because, again,
Investigations, everything.
the whole Artur Pjanic thing, I think they made that deal without realizing that they're publicly traded, and that's how they got caught and busted for it. It's the only way that you got caught. Osimhen deal was hellaciously sketchy, but guess what? They don't have to turn over all their financial records to you to the economics board because they're not publicly
Oh,
traded.
they can pick and choose the evidence. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
They can
No,
sit there
look,
and say,
if
"Okay, I'll send
you
this or I'll send that."
look, what every coach is preaching before playing the Kansas City Chiefs, just don't give the referee the opportunity to throw a flag. Just stay away. Just
Pretty
stay
much.
away. Just
stay
don't do
away.
bullshit.
Just don't play Kansas City.
Like if you have to open up everything, like just don't try to finesse the books, man. Just don't do it.
No. That's why I'm sorry, guys. Like this whole
Like I'm sorry, but I don't feel sad for it. Like I don't feel bad
No.
for it. Like if you do stupid shit and get busted, that's what it is.
Play stupid
Like
games, win stupid
like
prizes.
are we going to cry as always because the others haven't been busted so far? Why do I care about them?
Yeah, it just goes back to just focusing on yourself and what you can do better because you can't control
Exactly.
everyone else.
Exactly.
So speaking of controlling ourselves, we have a nice early game on Sunday. Hopefully one that Juve can control because it's Como. So let's do it. Unfortunately, if we did this tomorrow, we would have lineups and whatnot. But let's talk a little bit about Como. Let's see what we're looking at. First game after the international break. Como doesn't like winning games after international break, so that helps. But I want to point out first and foremost Carlo Pinsolio now on the injured list as well.
Shame.
Yeah. But we don't essentially have a backup.
How the fuck is he hurt?
In training. I don't know. He's old. He's 35. You just randomly break at 35.
Hey, there are rumors of him retiring anyways after the season. So
yeah, it looks like he's retiring the season.
Allow him, man. Allow him an injury
Of course. Yeah, we all love
Happens.
Pinsolio. So that means a call up. I can't remember his name now. Of one of the guys from the next gen. They don't even have. Man,
No,
sucks.
they don't have the team sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if One Football or something has it. But another next gen guy is getting the call up. What's the defender's name as well that got called up that's injured?
Pedro something, the Brazilian.
Yeah,
Center
Pedro.
back.
Yeah.
Pedro something. I forgot his name. Do you remember when we bought him, we said, "Oh, Mini Bremer," and then he stayed at the next gen forever, and we never heard about him anymore.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Pedro Felipe, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, One Football at least has something here. Okay, let's see what they give us for our starting lineup. Kelly Rugani Gatti. Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Mid four of Cambiaso, Thuram, Locatelli, Kalulu.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Yep.
Yildiz Conceição.
Yep.
And is it David? Is it Openda?
I think it will be David. I think he's gonna try David until it works or it doesn't. Like it doesn't right now, but until it really does.
Mm-hmm. And now let's just say he does do this 3-5-2. What would we be looking at? You put Yildiz into the slot, and then you have like a David Vlahovic.
In a 3-5-2, I would play.
Or do you do defensive? So do you do like the offensive 3-5-2 or the defensive 3-5-2?
Oh, the offensive 3-5-2. I would use Openda and David or Openda and Vlahovic or whatever the combination is as strikers. Then midfield Locatelli, Thuram Yildiz. On the wings, yeah, whether we like it or not, Kalulu and Cambiaso. And then yeah, your center backs are the ones that are exactly there because we don't have other options.
Yeah. I mean, this is it. I don't think there's a whole lot of discussion with how we're going to be playing.
I don't know, maybe João Mario. If you wanted more offensive, then João Mario instead of Kalulu. But I think Kalulu has done an okay job as right wing back, I think.
Yeah, and Tudor apparently doesn't really like Sal Mario.
I know, but
So
who does he like? I don't know.
Nobody.
What does he like?
He loves him and hates him all the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
Looking over to Como. I mean, their biggest thing, they got Nico Paz. Like
Dude, he is great. He has already 3 goals with an expected goal of 1 point something.
3 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah, I forgot
he's
3
doing
assists.
all
Like
right.
he's having an incredible season.
A point a game essentially right now.
Yep. And he'll go back to Real Madrid for some change.
Yeah, he will. He probably will.
They have a buyback clause of, I don't know, 20 something, 15 or 20 something, like very cheap.
Yeah, they'll get him back. I'm pretty confident of it.
Yeah.
Who was it that said that's the only reason why they watch Serie A? It was one of the retired players. I can't remember, but he's like, yeah, I only care about Nico Paz in Serie A right now. It's like, all right. I mean, he's good, but is he that good? I mean,
he is really good. He is really
but
good.
I mean, there's other people to watch in the league. I think it's a little bit of a stretch. But regardless, yeah, he's
if you ask the mainstream, it's Nico Paz and Yildiz, and that's it.
Yeah. Now that being said, there isn't a whole lot surrounding the Nico Paz. Like Baturina is another younger midfielder. I think they have him playing a little bit, I guess, an attacking midfielder role in this setup. Voivoda. I mean, these are decent names. Acuna.
Yep.
But again, just like I know we see this year after year, we should beat this team.
Yeah.
We should beat a lot of teams that we didn't.
Yeah. No, they're an okay team. They are, in my opinion, so far overperforming, but they have a good young coach that understands modern football, and they have a very good 10. Like on average, I believe Nico Paz has a FODMAP rating of 7.9, which is incredible for a midfielder. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. Like they're an okay team. Don't forget they have our boy Morata still. But let's see if you start against us. But overall, man, they're a very good team. So they're dangerous, and especially I'm sorry, but they in ball possession they are very good and can dissect teams pretty good.
Well, we better come out. We didn't even really play an international break, other than maybe Yildiz.
Yeah.
Everyone's rested.
Yeah.
If they're not injured, they should be rested. I would like to think we got this one. 6:30 a.m. start, which is fun.
Yeah. I'm still on my way to Stuttgart during the game. I'm in the train, so I try to watch, but I can't watch it with you guys together.
And you know what? Bit of a trend, at least ever since we've been broadcasting this stuff. Whenever we've had those 6:30 morning games, has not been a good game. It has made you regret waking up to watch it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Dare I say, because we're playing away from home, is this another tie, or do we actually win it?
do. We have to. If we continue to draw, we are in actual danger of falling out of those.
We need the win.
But if they win, they will pass us. Oh
Yeah,
no,
well, they'll be even on points.
no, they will be equal on points, and they have 2 less goals.
So this is a head-to-head match, right? I understand only 6 games played, but
It's
you need to win this.
6-pointer. It's important, man. It's a 6-pointer.
Yeah, it is a 6-pointer, which is insane. It's a 6-pointer against Como.
Yep. No, and
Wow.
as well, if you win it, not all of the teams above us will win. Like, it gives you some breathing room.
You just need to win, just straight up. Let's just say it. You need to win. I don't care if it's 1-0. This needs to happen.
And hold up. Last time I think I said like we have to win this because our stretch after this will be brutal. Sorry. Upcoming games. Okay, so we have Como. Then we have next week Real Madrid. Then next weekend Lazio. Then okay, Udinese, Cremonese. And then Sporting, and then it's the Torino derby. Like the schedule, like the next 1 to 2 weeks is not kind to us. So yeah, you basically have to win this.
Yep, that's it. Next little bit.
If you think that the Lazio will be easy going, I don't think so. Do you think it will
No.
be easy to break down Udinese and Cremonese?
Nope.
No, none of these are going to be easy. Sporting's any
Will it be
Portuguese.
easy to break down Torino? Have fun breaking those 5-man backlines down.
The only
That would be a
team
couple of
here
draws.
that you're like, oh yeah, that should be an easy one is Bodo Glimt until you realize they're playing on
AstroTurf.
November 25th, and that town is basically in the Arctic Circle.
That is crazy, dude. But for us, for that game to fall for us into November, late November is crazy. Have fun playing on AstroTurf, on icy AstroTurf with I believe they don't even have like heating elements underneath that.
No.
So
Well, that's an ACL injury waiting to happen.
Well, maybe it will be so slippery that it won't.
Well,
Our
our players that have injury history are out, so I hope nobody.
You know, I heard going to Europe is good. Good going November.
Depending.
Yeah, depending which part of Europe.
Hey man, I'm flying over there Halloween, so.
Well, yeah, Albania. That's southern Europe. You know, like it'll be
It's
a little bit nicer.
It's surprisingly pretty cold there too.
But it's not going to be frozen.
At least I won't have to deal with tourists. I'm not gonna lie. That's like the best thing for me right now is going at this time is like there's no tourists whatsoever.
You never have to worry about tourists in Albania.
No, you do. Trust me, you do.
Oh, I will go then next year, I believe.
Yeah. You know what? I will
like
go.
the idea was to go to the Balkan region, like we already went to Croatia.
The plan was to be in the conference year this league and then do the Balkan tour.
And then do the Balkan tour.
Maybe that's
you know what? We will do it next year because like if German Dave, if you go to Albania, I will fly there and meet you there, and we will just dick around for like a week or two.
I need to go to the Balkans too. Maybe we'll all do it.
We'll like stand. I'll stand next to German Dave and I'll ask Albanians who looks more Albanian, German Dave or myself, and they'll pick German Dave.
I don't look Albanian whatsoever. What?
I don't either.
You'll be fine.
That's unfair.
I don't either.
Hey, dude, you at least have the reddish hair. You know that's
no. Albanians aren't brown hair. They're like jet black hair.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of like reddish brown hair Albanians.
Yeah, albino Albanian.
Yeah, you see they are there. They exist.
Like Jeff, dark-haired Jeff. He fits more the part, maybe.
Jeff is the stereotype. Like, look at this. Like the stereotypical Albanian right there.
I swear, but Jeff is also running around like that the whole day. He's running the whole day running around.
He plays it like a kazoo now. He goes like this.
Jesus. Well, let's end this on this Balkan topic then.
Yeah, we can't. All three of us together. It's going to be like a 3-hour stream, so we gotta stop it.
In like literally live. That would be fun.
Yeah. If we're all in Albania, yeah, the dive live in Albania. Why not? But
But now,
I know this is just a rumor.
to the Dive live in Albania. Will one of them get their kidneys stolen? Find out on the next live stream.
It won't get stolen if I sell it first.
very true.
All right, SMS. He's back. Back in the rumors.
Because we who was the other player that we were like ridiculously linked to, but he can't anymore. So that's why we just need a new boy toy for
Berardi.
Phoenix. Yeah, Berardi. There we go.
30 years old. High salary.
Yeah, no, second.
SMS is like the girl you banged in high school one time, and you think you're going to get a relationship with her, but she just keeps coming by every summer, and you never make a move on her.
It's not even him. It's the newspapers, and somehow it looks like us again being interested.
No,
We're
apparently
like,
we didn't
yeah.
even look.
Like we are stuck to the chick, not the chick to us. The chick went abroad, like
She got flown out to Dubai. She got shat on.
did plastic surgery, the whole nine.
She got flown out to Dubai, pissed and shat on, and now we're just getting the sloppy seconds.
So that's what this is. Okay, so we don't want SMS back. That's I mean that was easy.
Time is over, man. No, especially after 2 seasons over there. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting really.
If he'd be, I don't know, 25, he can get back into like European match sharpness. But come on, not after 2 years and now in his 30s.
Yeah, and you know what it's like now to be in your 30s. It's no good.
No bueno. I feel it.
All right. Well, I mean, thanks everyone for coming in. It has been a while. We've been pretty damn busy, and it's gonna sort of stay that way, I think. But
unfortunately,
yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it work. We will be here for the game. Please join me if it's not too early. I know a lot of you guys are saying screw it because it is quite early for a lot. But I'll be here 6:30 a.m. Eastern. The Europeans, you guys can join in. It'll be a nice lunchtime one. And then I'm recording the video with Sal with the financial report, looking at the numbers. We're recording Saturday, so that will be coming out early next week. So stay tuned for both of those. You guys got anything?
No, but I can't wait for the end of the year after dark because, oh man, I got some fun stuff to drop.
We got After Darks, eh?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he always has the After Dark stuff. It just depends on if he wants to talk about it,
or if we can actually release it or not.
No, we can release them now. Don't worry, we're good.
Oh, could I make that video public yet?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
but no, it's funny. No, I mean like a bunch of.
Why not, man? Get some extra content out there.
Going live shortly, the Trauma Tingles, featuring Dash and his ex-girlfriend.
No.
He named the issue.
No, but I mean, like in general, just because it's been an interesting.
It was
Q4,
private information.
Yeah, right. No, but it's been an interesting thing. A lot of cool stuff that we definitely make a fun. I could make a fun After Dark for. Then no, we won't be flaming chicks. We've grown past that.
Well, hopefully, but the Trauma Tingles are now publicly live.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Gotcha. When did we make that one? Let's see. That is July 12th. So, a few months old. Yeah.
Damn, that doesn't feel like that long ago.
It feels like it was yesterday.
Still,
I bet for you it does.
Yeah, for him it is.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually. Ironically, that's like, what was it like? Right after that, I tore my Achilles the second time.
Yeah. Yeah, your whole world fell apart.
And then they told you to grow up and don't be a pussy.
And then I started my first game last weekend.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
And do you have a girlfriend right now?
No, that I do not have.
Okay, so it's the girlfriends that are making you weak. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Must be.
Like and subscribe,
Like
everybody.
and subscribe, man. We'll break it down in an after dark.
Yeah.
got teased.
Okay. Stay tuned for maybe one of those. Until then, catch us on Sunday morning and stay tuned for the financial report with our very own Salvatore. And see you in a couple days.